Hello again, I'm just a news anchor and this is Not Real News. Tonight's leading headline is the World Sharkboxing Championship is being held once again and open to all participants. Now a lot of you at home may be wondering, what exactly is the World Sharkboxing Championship? Well, it's actually a championship that was started in Australia. That's right, the place where there's plenty of things that are already trying to kill you. How the event began is still relatively unknown, but the one story that seems to be the most popular is that a group of very drunk individuals decided to not only prove their dominance over the land, but also over the sea itself. And what better way to do so than go ahead and take on the apex predator of the ocean, the shark. The group chose a beach off the coast of Sydney to try and look for bait. Swimming into a group of sea lions, they awaited their prey. Unfortunately, the single great white shark that did appear had the upper hand, and none of the men survived, much to the horror and shock of many of the onlookers. The following year, friends and relatives decided to return to that very spot and attempt to get revenge. It was a horrific battle where many lives were lost as the blood actually attracted even more sharks to the location, but at least one man did survive. From then on, crowds would gather and grow as the brave would assemble to go ahead and take on the kings of the sea. Rather than stop the senseless violence, the Australian government actually saw this as a way to boost tourism. On September 23, 1976, shark boxing actually became a national sport. By April 14, 1983, it became a worldwide event, drawing in millions to come watch the spectacle. It was around this time that the World Sharkboxing Championship Association, or the WSBCA, was created and established a set of rules and guidelines as well as a special arena to go ahead and hold this event. Men, women, even children are allowed to participate, but all of them are forced to sign a waiver or have their legal guardian sign a waiver in order to participate in the unfortunate event of their death. The event is broken down into different weight divisions with different fighters fighting against different types of sharks. For instance, the featherweight actually goes against a thresher shark. I know what you're thinking. Well, thresher shark's pretty non-violent. I mean, look at it. It's tiny. But have you ever been bitch slapped by the tail of a thresher? It's not pretty. The heavyweight division actually goes up against great white sharks or giant hammerheads. Participants enter the tank that's filled up just enough to give the shark ample maneuverability, but also gives the fighters adequate visibility of their opponent. Fighters are barehanded and are allowed to punch, kick, and grapple their way to victory, as to where sharks don't have any rules because they're sharks. The fight is over when either the shark is knocked out or the fighter is too wounded to continue. If the shark dies, the Australian government sells it as an export primarily used by other countries for shark fin soup. If a fighter dies, their organs are donated to local hospitals. The main event is open to all remaining participants for the World Sharkboxing Championship belt as well as bragging rights. The first person to knock out Jaws, the 21-foot-long, 7,100-pound great white shark in one-on-one combat, wins. Last year's winner was a woman who goes by the name of Sparkle Slammer from Sydney, Australia. And that'll do it for this edition of Not Real News. I'm just a news anchor, and I hope to see all you wonderful people out there at the World Sharkboxing Championship. Also, if you have any kind of headlines that you'd like to submit, make sure to do so in the comments below, or in the email that's provided in the description, because for some reason our news team decides they don't want to go ahead and look for leads, so maybe you can help us out. I don't even know why we're paying them at this point. Also, don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe, and tell your friends about Not Real News. Thank you for watching, and good night.